Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby.
We don't make mistakes. We have happy accidents. So today, let's have a happy accident and see what we can make out of it.
It's Not a Quiet Place 2 live review. I forgot that was on there. I just wanted to use a Bob Ross intro segment. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are, wherever you may be listening from. I'm Itepo Kuyin of the Place to Be Reviews, and I am right here with all of yous. You hear my voice before 8:30 Eastern. It is definitely a Thursday morning. Here I am on camera. I would have started on time, but the stupid headphones, these, hang on a second. These, like, earbuds, my wireless ones that I wear sometimes, they were acting the fool again. So this is what I get. This is what I get when I try to upgrade my technology and be, as you can see, there's duct tape on my head. Yes, I know I'm glowing this. I'm shiny. It's the lighting out here in my living room. Hail Angel is Draven. I was a great show last night with you, Vassy, Tony, and the Salvador joining in late. I invited him and Tony on this morning. I don't know if either of them are available. I'm waiting to hear back. But I said, hey, you know, if either you want to come on, come and join me. And I, for those of you wondering, I don't eat McDonald's every day. I just get a coffee there. It's basically what I do. I don't eat that crap. I just want a coffee. That's all I want in the morning. Because there's like literally no good place to get coffee around here. So I go to McDonald's. I'm old. It's easy. Brutal Morningwood, Vassy, Angelus, Draven, welcome all three of you. Thank you. We'll kind of kick the tires here while we wait for some more people to pop in the chat, and if not, I have no problem entertaining 3 or 23 or 13 or any other number that might end with a 3. I don't know why I picked a number that ends with a 3. I don't know. I don't like odd numbers normally, but I don't know. I was born on the 19th. It's an odd number. I don't know. I'm weird. That is just part of me. Anyway, we've actually got some articles and some news to go through. This morning, just to kind of let you know, I don't know if I'll be releasing another video today. I'm going to try to get at least a short out this afternoon, in between work and going back to pick the kid up after school. Yep, those of you who saw the show last night got to say hi to Mini Metep. He joined us for a few last night. I think twice. Wasn't he on twice? He might have been on twice. Maybe the days are just running together. I don't know, because he usually makes an appearance on the shows at one phase or another, be it before he goes to bed or after he wakes up and goes and sleeps in my room and takes up all my space. But no, yeah, I'm going to try to get a video out today. I'm not going to say what it's about, but just a short. I'm just going to try to do a short today, as I won't have time to do a full-length one. And I have to DM PJ again. I feel terrible, guys. I'm not going to be on Orville Nation again today. But it's nothing wrong. I'm going house shopping. So, yeah, I'm going to look at a couple houses. So I don't know. I was supposed to record with Nano Reaper tonight. I'll hit him up because I know he's working right now. Hail to Nano Reaper. We're going to talk Prodigal Son, which I actually have an article about Prodigal Son that I kind of wanted to bring up, but it wasn't really much of an article. It was just, well, let me finish my spiel here, and I'll kind of go through the Prodigal Son news, which there's not a lot. That's why I'm not even going to bother pulling up the article. But, so I'm going house shopping, so I might not be able to record tonight with Nano Reaper. Tony and I are recording something tomorrow. I know he's gonna go live, I think, tonight. He's been doing Thursdays. Tony will be live tonight, so check him out for sure. He's almost at 150 subs now, which makes me really happy. Let's go over and peek in on Tony Tone Deaf and see where he's at subscriber wise, because he's he needs to be a lot higher up than he is, because he's talented. He's straight up just very talented. So let's go over here to, let's see, the clown. I'm looking at I get distracted easily. On my homepage, I do of YouTube. I get distracted. I'm like, let's go over here and look. Ooh, squirrel. Let's see, 146. So he's almost to 150. We're doing good. We're doing good. Over there. Those numbers need to be up though. Yeah.
Oh, you're live?
Yes. What? You're interrupting, so you might as well go ahead and.
Well, it's sad news.
What?
Ashley posted Brad has less than 6 months to live. Cancer's back. I didn't think you'd see it, so.
No. Okay. Well, that's that. Okay. So, I don't know if you guys heard that or not. Matthew Birkland, hail from Beirut. Holy shit. Are you like on assignment there, or do you live in Beirut? And I mean, wow, that's, yeah. Do you like live in Kevlar? I mean, that's gotta be that's gotta be like living in Southwest Detroit, magnified. Cheers to you, Matthew. Welcome. I kid, I jest, but welcome. No, my wife just told me it's wife is from here. Oh, okay. All right. One of my friend, a friend of mine I used to play softball with. He's about three or 4 years younger than me, maybe 3. Is just got basically the time stamp put on him. The clock, the sand is finally running through the hourglass. Brain cancer. So, and it kind of spread. He's been through surgery after surgery, and he just got hit with the whole 6 months thing. So, father of 4 or 5. Yeah, good guy. And it's kind of sad because another one of my coworkers, from one of the dealerships I worked at, my desk partner at one point actually, he passed away from brain cancer a couple of years ago, and he was like 2 years older than me. He wouldn't even have known he had it. He fell and hit his head at work on the ice, went to the hospital, and they found a tumor, and it was just downhill from there. It was sad. But let's talk about happier stuff. My heart goes out to his family. It really does. They've been doing a lot of fundraising for him and everything, as it is. So hopefully, the kids will be taken care of. I know they just had twins about 2 years ago, right before his maybe 3 years ago before the diagnosis. So yeah, it is. It's terrible. It is. Hi, Meech. Hang on. All right, hang on, guys. We gotta come here, fat boy. I get these cords on me. So behold my chunk. Yep, he had to come say hi. It's Big Me. All right, buddy. Go, look. I mean, seriously, look at this thing. This is not a cat. This is a freaking mountain lion. Go ahead, bud. He's like, I'm just gonna go back and chew on your cords, Dad. Piss off. Zachariah 315. Good morning. So Prodigal Son, they're shopping the show around. I'm petting Fat Boy here as he's rubbing against my leg. They are. I know, buddy. I'm talking to my cat. I'm sorry. Oh God, am I becoming Brie Larson? Is that what's happening here? That's just a car. Batwoman will be back Sunday night. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I miss it. I know you guys missed the last Batwoman video, episode 12 or 13. I think it was maybe 13. Is almost at 300 views right now. So that lets me know you guys love the Batwoman reviews. I mean, that's got to be rewatches. Oh, Vassy, you said it. Hang on. Hey. So there it is. That one's for you, miss. That one's for you. There's a so from Grace. But no, as I'm bumping into everything here, the cat's bumping it. Stop it. They're shopping Prodigal Son around, looking for an outlet for it right now, trying to get somebody to pick it up. And they said one of the main problems is Michael Sheen, and not him being a diva or anything. Just him being spread so thin, all these different projects where he works on and things he does. So he's very very hard to pin down to one role, which is good for him. I mean, it speaks to his talent, and that he's in demand like that. So no, he in an integral part of the show, which they left it on a cliffhanger. And let's be honest, I don't want to say spoiler alert. I don't. The show, I mean, it's less than a year old, though. The finale aired a couple weeks ago. If you're a Prodigal Son fan and you haven't seen the episode yet, spoiler in 3, 2, 1. Malcolm stabs Martin in the stomach, and it's kind of like, is he going to bleed out? Because they're in the middle of nowhere and there's no medical assistance around. So it's like, they kind of make you think he's going to die, but it's like, it's ambiguous. It's ambiguous. It's ambiguous. Jesus, words are hard in the morning. It's ambiguous what happens. So, and they leave it on a cliffhanger. It was designed for a season 3, but Fox, unlike the CW, because this is a Berlanti show, Fox is very stringent about their ratings and what their shows are getting. So they just canceled it, which, I was reading the reviews of it and I'm like, what are these critics watching? Like, it's so violent. Oh my Godsies. I'm like, it's a show about a fucking serial killer who killed 23 people and like dissected them. I'm like, what do you expect? I mean, it's not Saw. Jesus. I mean, you want to talk violent. I really never thought it was too graphic for television. Like, there was no part of that show where I was like, oh my God, I can't believe they're showing this on network TV. And even if they are, it's TVMA. It's on at 9 o'clock. It's not like it's on at 4:30 in the afternoon when the kids are home from school, and I mean, anything on the internet that they can see now. It's not like back in the day where you only had maybe you had cable, maybe you had satellite, or maybe you found a stash of like Playboys or Hustler magazines or something like that. It's like this I'm not even just talking about that, but like the violent aspect. Like, you can find things on the internet that nobody should see, and that's not just sexual related. That's violence too. I mean, goddamn, just go to World Star any day of the week and watch a couple heifers duke it out in a fucking McDonald's or a Waffle House or a grocery store. It's or just anywhere on a sidewalk. I mean, kids are exposed to so much. I don't even know why the hell this went into that. Probably because I'm teaching tomorrow. I'm teaching tomorrow, and it's like, honestly, I've been substituting for like PE classes from K through 8, and it's like I get to work in a classroom tomorrow, so it's different. I was joking around with the teacher. I was like, oh, I have to actually like pull some dress pants out, and she's like, you can wear your cargo shorts. It doesn't matter. I'm like, well, that would just seem terribly unprofessional. I'm like, do I have to take my my earrings out? She's like, no. She's like, Father doesn't care. I'm like, all right, cool. And it's a Catholic school, which might seem weird for some of you, seeing as my background. But I really don't practice any religion at all. I'm an ordained minister, but I don't really practice a religion. I just do weddings. I got asked if I have a church. I'm like, if you still want to donate money, that's fine. I'll take your money. I have no problem doing that. Because if I did have a church, it would be named Our Lady of Perpetual Exemptions, 501c3 status pending. I don't know. That's tax-free status for those of you not familiar with the tax code. Good morning, Tony. Do you want a link? I didn't even check my DMs to see if you answered me. I don't know if you're working right now or not. We haven't really talked that much this morning. Let's see. Okay. Yep. Yeah. Okay. No, that's fine. That's fine. I forget sometimes you're like 3 hours behind me, and it's so early where you are. Because you app. Jesus, this is cut. Can we do that over? You operate 3 hours behind me. It's a different time zone. So, but you're basically on the same schedule I am. Also had violent accidents on it as well. Yeah. It is, man. Celebrity Skin, MrSkin.com. It was MrSkin.com. That was the web. You know that website is still up, which is that thing has been up for like since I was in high school that I remember anyway. Which is you're talking. I was in high school from '94 to '98. I'm 41. I'm a very youthful 40, spry, if you will, 41. But yeah, that website has been up forever. Oh, the good old interwebs. God, like the accessibility of information for these kids it's astounding, isn't it? Isn't it? Like my son is like he'll find something on YouTube and he'll be like, "Dad, did you know about them?" I'm like, maybe, you know, some of the stuff I'm like, yeah, this is that, or other. I'm like, what the hell is this? You know, he's on YouTube. I've got the parental locks and everything on for him, and and thankfully he'll change a video if he hears like bad words. He'll change a video. He knows. He'll tell me, he'll be like, they were saying bad words, I changed it. I'm like, okay, buddy, thank you. And trust me, on my streams, if he hears me in the office, if he hears me saying bad words when I come out, he has marks on the whiteboard for how many bad words I said that he heard, and I'll be admonished for that by him. So, you know, it just stuff like that, which you know I do. I have issues with that, but around him, I'm usually very cognizant of that because my dad is a Marine and a retired undercover cop. So until I was about 12 or 13, I thought my name was motherfucker. It really, you know, but I don't talk to my son like that. I don't, because I don't want him, you know, because my dad was only telling me, like, quit swearing. It sounds like shit. And I'm looking at him going like, motherfucker, did you really just say that to me? But no, because I say this because the other day, and we'll get into the pop culture stuff in a minute. I know you don't want to hear this. I'm up for I'm here for the man with the upside down head, John Davies. Hey Pete, hey brother. Yeah, you missed it. I had a wig on for a minute last night, and my son put it on this morning. He's, can I put that on? I'm like, yeah, go ahead. And he's running around flipping his hair. I'm like, but no, I had me and one of the other dads at the school were talking the other day. We were there working, and one of the little kids that's in my son's class comes running. He's like, hey, right in the middle of a conversation. And I was raised to where if you are going to interject yourself in a conversation between two adults, if you're a child, the first thing you do is you walk up and you wait for your opportunity to say, excuse me. Then when you're acknowledged, you may enter the conversation. That's being raised with respect. My dad was a very, very hard man, but he was also fair, and he taught, respect. And so did my mother. My mom basically raised me, and because my dad was always working. So the kid started. He's like, hey, and I looked at him. I'm like, hey, Bryce, I'm gonna stop you right there. And I did. I was like, I'm going to stop you right there. I said to him, adults are talking. And I said, regardless of how you act at home, when you're here, you conduct yourself like a gentleman. I says, you don't walk up to two adults that are talking and just say, hey, until we pay attention to you. That doesn't fly with me. I'm like, I don't care what flies at home. That doesn't fly with me. Walk up and say, excuse me, we'll acknowledge you, and then you can ask your question. And he kind of laughed. And I was like, oh, that's funny? And he kind of froze up. I'm like, do 5 laps right now. I said, do 5 laps and then come back and ask me your question. And he put his head down, turned around, walked his 5 laps, come over, Mr. Pete, can I please? I'm like, yes, you may. Go ahead. Yeah, I'm like, don't, no. And I told the teacher, I'm like, hey, look, this is what I did. This is what I said. And she was like, thank you. Every time I discipline one of these kids like that, I get a thank you. And I know this kid's dad. Let's just say he's not exactly an enlightened, intelligent individual. And I say enlightened, not the fact that woke or anything like that, because God knows, I'm not. But I say enlightened in the fact that he's kind of just a knuckle dragging, like, And I call it, he's just a knuckle dragging misogynist, which, like, I know his wife's a sweetheart, known her forever. He's just a dumb truck. Like, that's just a dumb fucking truck. Like, that is, I was like, I understand why the boy acts the way he does in public. And then, I see kids there that they don't have, and I know people that come from single parent homes that have been raised wonderfully, but I can tell the ones that come from a single parent home where they either don't get attention because the one parent is preoccupied with either work or other things. It's a private school, so we get kind of like, say, be a little bit stop, but there's like a different class of kids there. I mean, you have some scholarship kids that come there, but they work their asses off because most of them know they're on scholarship. They have to work their asses off. So it is, man. I see a lot of kids. Most of them are good. Like, they're good kids though. They're not like, they might have little issues here or there, but they're good kids, and that's why I'm so excited to be part of the even just substitute there on a regular basis is nice, because most of the kids are very appreciative of your time, which is it's a rarity these days to have kids that are well mannered, well behaved. You don't see that as much. It's not as prevalent as you're seeing these kids that are entitled and spoiled, which I deal with that too. And coming from a family that was poor, that we didn't know we were poor because my parents worked so hard, I see that now, and I have no issue, making them realize that, hey, nothing is guaranteed. Nothing is guaranteed. Don't act like you're better than anybody else, because we all come from the same place and we all end up in the same place. So you're not any better than anybody else. And I think that people, the older you get, the more of a perspective on that you get. And that's a problem. That's a problem, What Draven say, my parents worked for CAP and Head Start, so they had to deal with parents that that right there describes our public school system around me. But all right, let's get into some entertainment news. Unless you want more parenting tips with ETEP, you can tune in to my school. No, we might start a second channel for just parenting advice for ETEP. That'd be a good idea for me and Mini METEP to do together as a duo. Let me see here. Hang on a second. I got to get one of these. We'll start out with something cool here. If you're still listening, I found this article and I'm like, I wanted to talk about this because this is the one Zelda game that I do have some stake in, and it's the original Zelda, Legend of Zelda, recreated in 3D. YouTuber Cody Can't Eat This recreates the Legend of Zelda with 8-bit style 3D graphics, including all enemies and items in the overworld. This is so cool. Fucking ads. Screen Rant, I hate you. Why? This doesn't need to be here. Like, I don't have ad blocker. When I renew my virus protection, I am definitely going to do that. But look at this. This is cool. I saw that. I'm like, oh my God. I don't own a next gen console. The newest console I have, and I've told you guys this, is a PS2. I don't have any desire to buy games in the modern era that I have to download, and I don't own them physically. I mean, I know you can still buy games physically, but you have to download all your. I don't like it. I don't like that idea. I don't like the concept of it. To me, when I buy a game, I should be able to, put it in my console, whatever console that is, and just and play. And if I have to download an update or something, okay, but I don't want to have to download everything on the game and then not be able to play it because I have to download or update. It just, to me, I'm not dealing with it. I'm not. That's why I said I play my N64, my 2 NES classics, my Sega Genesis, and my PS2. That's all I need. I don't get that much time to game anyway. Like literally, I might get maybe if I try to stay up later than normal, I'll get like maybe an hour sometimes in a day. Morning, Orville. PJ, how are you, sir? We're talking some Legend of Zelda. A YouTuber recreated the original in 3D. And this is just absolutely, I love it. I'm in love with this. So it turned 35 years old this year. So fans have spent the last few months celebrating the release of the original game in their own ways. Some artists have created Zelda-inspired art pieces as a tribute to the franchise. So let's just skip down here and see if they got any more pictures. I like pictures. Look, I see he did a video. But that is such a cool thing, though. I mean, we'll just go back up to the main one here. Man, that is just, it's just cool looking. It really is. I love it. I love that. I love that style. You can't recreate the magic of the first time. Like, okay, so I was listening to Tony talk about this the other day because he's like a Zelda aficionado. Tony is, he knows the ins and outs of the entire series of games. And me, I'm just like, I played this one, I beat this one, I played the second one. I played it until I was in tears and cried and couldn't go any farther, and I quit. And I've never played it. Now, my son played it the other day. I was like, "You're entering a world of pain. I hope you know that. You're entering a world of pain." He got frustrated. Morning, Phoenix Animation, the Comics Gate, Metalsmith. How are you, brother? I'm excellent, man. The sun is shining. It's going to be 82 today. I'm talking to you guys. Life is good, man. We're making videos. The subscribers have kind of stalled out a little bit. I was at 689. I'm back to 687. We kind of hit that lull. I've been working hard. But hey, it'll happen when it happens. I'm not even sweating it. I'm having fun. We're releasing. Like I said, I've been putting out some pop culture rants for you guys. I kind of steered away from some of the daily shorts, which I don't know. Maybe I should go back to those. But I mean, it's been fun. The videos I've recorded over the last week have been fun. Like I said, I want to produce one today. Today would be a quick video. It'll probably be a 3-4 minute video. Which is funny. I was like, somebody said, those short videos are supposed to be like a minute to 3 minutes. Like some of yours are 5. I'm like, I'm long-winded. I'm long-winded. But no, this Zelda game, this like I said, this reimagining of it in 3D is really cool. That would be something I would love to play. Like I'm not a PC gamer though. Like the only game I think I ever played on PC was Wolfenstein. Wolfenstein, I think that's what it was called. That's the only game I've ever played on a PC. Outside of I played a little World of Warcraft. I always forget about that because I didn't play Warcraft that much. It was like I played for a couple months and then I was just like, whatever. I wasn't into it. But I've always been more of like, I like my RPGs on the consoles. First person shooters. GoldenEye. It's a toss up between GoldenEye and WWF No Mercy for my favorite game of all time. I literally cried when Trey erased my GoldenEye card because I beat it like right after it came out, like beat every stage of the game, everything unlocked. And I taught him how to use the console and he started playing it and he erased the entire game. And I was like, no tears, old man. Don't let him see you cry, but it's all good. It is what it is. So we just don't play it anymore. I can't, I don't have the wherewithal to I just cried because he erased it, Vassy. I had beat it. That was Red Dead. I never played Red Dead Redemption. I've never played either of them. Never played Red Dead Redemption. I've never played either the Last of Us games. Like I said, the newest console I have is a PlayStation 2. I'm not a dedicated gamer. That's like I said. I like my old games. And I'm good with that. Like if I do anything at night, if I game, like I only want to sit down and play No Mercy. That's it. Because I book I book cards. Like I have 225 some creative wrestlers that I have on there, and I draw up my own cards, and it's like I have like it's basically fantasy booking with them. So they're all like old WCW wrestlers, but yeah, I have like I have them all cataloged. I've been building my arsenal of those since like 2002, I think I started. So I mean, I have like binders printed out of like the Caw formulas and stuff like that. Like that's how into that I was. But I was back then. I was single and lived alone, and I was off in the winters. So I'm like, this is basically what I did. I would lift and I would play video games. That was basically my life. And then I got with Satan, but that's another story. Let's get into an article here. I have another article pulled up here. Let me get that for you. We're going to talk some James Bond. We don't really talk a lot of James Bond. I just watched Skyfall with John Davies. It's Sting. Oh my God, the Crow Sting was the best. I grew up like a huge like Crockett Promotions, NWA, both the rap group and wrestling promotion. But when it turned into WCW, that's that's always been my. I love the WWF because Hulk Hogan was in it. But I was always when I became like more of like a fan and not just like sitting there like googly eyed at the spectacle of it all, and learn the difference between promotions and territories. I always veered towards the Southern style, which it worked because I was trained in like the Tennessee style of wrestling. Because like I said, those I'm an ex-professional wrestler, but I was trained by Shane Morton, who is the nephew of Ricky Morton from the Rock and Roll Express, which was in NWA, and they actually still work some independent shows, and they're, I think, 62, 63. So, yeah, that's who I was trained by. So I worked that Tennessee style, and it adds. It's not the high-flying crazy shit, which for me was like, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Here we go right here. James Bond writer warns that Amazon's MGM deal could dilute the franchise. Let 007 drink his martinis in peace. Well, this is a funny thing because I don't see why they're worried about diluting the franchise at this point when No Time to Die is basically going to, nerf James Bond. Because you've got, your Lashana Lynch character who is, the all new, all stunning, all brave, 007. It all started when you brought Phoebe Waller-Bridge in. That is Lando's sex toaster from Soylo, a Soy War story. Yeah. So there's a show she did called Fleabag, which I've only heard of. I have no idea what it is. I never watched it. All I know is after Soylo, a Soy War story, I couldn't give two shits about her or anything she does, especially when she's in. Is it her that's involved in the new Indiana Jones movie now too? I think it is. It's like, why? What? Indiana Jones, you got to take down 80-year-old Harrison Ford and his toxic masculinity. I wonder if they'll bring, do you think they could ever do a short round character today? Like really? Like have like short round on the in a Indiana Jones movie? I think I have an Indiana Jones article too, but let's go into this a little bit. John Logan, the Oscar-nominated screenwriter whose credits include working on James Bond picks Skyfall and Spectre, has said that Amazon acquiring MGM with its back catalog that features Bond films makes him worried for the future of the franchise. Penning an opinion piece for the New York Times, Logan wrote that upon hearing the news of the deal, a chill went through me. Having worked as a writer on Skyfall and Spectre, I know that Bond isn't just another franchise. Not a Marvel or DC, it's a family business that's been carefully nurtured and shepherded through the changing times by the Broccoli-Wilson family, continued Logan. He suggested while Broccoli and Wilson own 50% of the Bond empire and have assurances of ongoing artistic control, he foresaw this being disrupted in the future. What happens if a bruising corporation like Amazon begins to demand a voice in the process? What happens to the comradeship and quality control if there's an Amazonian overlord with analytics parsing every decision? What happens when a focus group reports they don't like Bond drinking martinis or killing quite so many people? And the English accent's a bit alienating, so could we have more Americans in the story for marketability, he said. Yeah, and those are all viable concerns. I mean, we see it happen regularly with franchises we love. They get scooped up by, their corporate overlords, and then they get relegated to paint by numbers, formulaic, just mass-produced nonsense. And that's the direction that the MCU is headed in right now. It's just formulaic. It's paint by numbers. They won't take they're like, oh, we take we're gonna take chances and tell a bold story. Well, if by take chances and tell a bold story, you mean you're gonna pander, you're gonna preach, and you're gonna sit there and tell us how virtuous you are and how bad we are, you can go ahead and save it. I'm good. I'm good with that. I don't need to be preached to by people who play pretend. I don't. That's like that'd be like somebody in the WWF telling you not to do drugs, drink, or take steroids. There's very few straight edge people in that business. Trust me, and some of the ones that are, they're full of shit. I'll just tell you that right now. But back to the homogenization of entertainment. Now, there are certain IPs that are not homogenized, that are still very unique, and they can pay homage to things that came before them, and they can do it with style and class and dignity. And one of those is the aforementioned show, The Orville. Is I'm going to speak on that for a moment here because I recently became a fan of the show. I've watched both seasons, some of the episodes twice, and in going back and watching Star Trek: The Next Generation now, I see a complete love letter to Star Trek in the Orville. People told me it was there because Seth MacFarlane's a Star Trek fan. I like I said, for what Star Trek I've seen, I don't remember a lot of it because I never watched Star Trek like I did Star Wars. I was never as invested in that. But The Next Generation was a show that I did watch. And we get Seth MacFarlane, paying homage to Star Trek, which is great. And then, that's the one side of the coin, and the other side is, the Disney route. What they did with Star Wars is they just, let's make it garbage tier, paint by numbers. The stories aren't as rich and as layered and textured with as much, subtlety and nuance. They have to show everything. It's like, here, look at this. We know you're too stupid to discern or use your imagination. Here it is right here. Take it, I don't like that, ambiguity in storytelling is good sometimes when done right. It's good to leave things to the viewer or the reader's imagination, because what you don't see can be more moving and powerful than what you see if it's written or acted, or alluded to, I should say. Well, that's the beauty of storytelling, and storytelling done right. And the problem is these people that are managing our entertainment now and are the shepherds of our modern mythologies in the mainstream, they're not storytellers, they're activists. And, they have a clear and present agenda. Perfect example is Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Bucky Barnes is an awesome character. I love the Winter Soldier when he's violent and just out killing people. He's a great bad guy. Falcon is a kick-ass protagonist. Sam Wilson's a great character. Anthony Mackie plays him extremely well. The writing that they're given is shite. The scenarios that they're put in, as far as the social justice narrative, is shite. as I defend him, leave Sebastian as I defend him against 14. Oh, yeah, they tried to say Sebastian Stan is racist again. And I actually just looked back at my video from, it was almost a year ago, about cancel culture, and they were trying to cancel him on Twitter last year because his girlfriend wore a kimono or, painted herself or wore like a geisha outfit. She's like, what is she? She's like, I believe, Spanish. She's not American. I don't believe so anyway. They try to. It's like, oh my god, like Twitter is like I said it before and I'll say it again. Twitter, you'll never find a more wretched hive of scum and villainy. That's the way Twitter is, though. That is just the way it is. What did Angela Straven say? You got this, Vass. He whooped them kids, but just taking out them little badass kids on Twitter. Yeah, they're all there. I Twitter's so useful, but I hate it so much. Oh my god. Let's see. All right. Logan also warned that if a corporation such as Amazon interfered artistically, it risked diluting the quality of the franchise. Everything gets watered down to the most anodyne and easily consumable version of itself. The movie becomes an inoffensive shadow of a thing, not the thing itself. There are no more rough edges or flights of cinematic madness, he said. He added that Amazon is ultimately a global technology company and not necessarily a champion or guardian of artistic creativity or original entertainment. In the piece, he points to examples of projects he worked on, such as Sweeney Todd, The Aviator, Gladiator, that he said would have been tarnished by such interference. At the time of confirming the acquisition, Amazon said it was committed to theatrically releasing MGM titles going forward. Please let 007 drink his martinis in peace. Don't shake him. Don't stir him, Logan concludes. You can read this full piece over on the NewYorkTimes.com. And he's absolutely right to be afraid of these. It's funny. I've never seen Sweeney Todd. I have never seen The Aviator. And, hang on. Let me get ready to dive into my bunker here. I didn't like Gladiator. I don't like. It's weird that I don't really like those. Like, I didn't like Troy. I didn't particularly care for 300, although I acknowledge the cinematography of it. Looking back now and seeing more of Zack Snyder's work, since Gladiator came out, or not Gladiator came out, 300. I just, I'm like, oh my god, like. Holy slow motion Batman. Could we have done that anymore? No, I didn't like Gladiator, Vassy. And I don't like 300. I don't like Troy. I don't care for those. I just don't care. I just don't. It's not that I hate them. It's just I'm apathetic towards them. I just don't care. I'm not a big fan of the genre. I'm really not. You could take or leave all that stuff for me, honestly. If I love Troy, if I have a man crush on Brad Pitt's from that. Yeah, I like my wife was watching. She's like, "Oh, do you want to watch this?" I'm like, "No." What? Nope. Don't care. I'm like, I'll be in the other room watching Family Guy. I don't, or Star Wars. I don't. Oliver motherfucking Reed, Last of the Manly Men acting. Man, yeah. So back to the franchises and the delusion of these. Yeah, that's exactly what you're gonna get with the consolidation of power in media now, and the companies that produce our media. It's kind of scary. If you really think about how they're going to approach this moving forward, because like you said, you're going to get these assembly line type movies like we're getting now. That they're like, oh well, all right. So do we have this represented? All right, check. Do we have this represented? All right, check. We need more of this. I see we have 2 white guys here. We need less of this. We got to make sure it passes the Bechdel test. the stories, like I said, they don't take chances. They're very safe. It's they don't want to swing for the fences for fear that they'll strike out. I understand not wanting to lose money, but sometimes you have to step outside the box to create something that people are going to want to invest their time and money into. Like I said, I went to see Quiet Place Sunday. Not a huge fan, but it was nice to be back in the theater. But God, it just wasn't that great. It really wasn't. Like I said, it's a movie. Having not seen the first one in, I don't know, since it came out. Here we are right here. We're on Screen Rant. I haven't seen the first Quiet Place since it came out in 2018. But yeah, I don't. I was like, I didn't have any interest in going back and watching it because knowing that the second one kind of had that built-in, prequel-esque aspect, to a couple of the segments. It provided some backstory. So, that right there is good enough for me. I saw what it had to offer. I appreciate it's John Krasinski's work on it, but like I said, it's not something I need a third part of. I know, like they're rumoring a spin-off and a part 3, and it's like we don't need that. It's like James Cameron making 4 more Avatar movies. When did Avatar come out? Avatar was released in like 2009. I don't think we need another Avatar movie now. Literally nobody was asking for more Avatar. Yeah, 2009 it was released. And I was actually rooting for the space army in that. I can't even. I was like, I don't care about these Smurfs with sharp teeth. Hail, brightest day. He said, hey, what's up, brightest day? Welcome, sir, welcome. John Davies says, are they fat shaming Marvel's title? Shocking behavior. I think they are. New comic book normie. What's up, bro? What is going on, sir? He says, I've still never seen Avatar. You're not missing anything. It's a big, boisterous movie that insists upon itself. And if you're cheering for the Smurfs, it's basically Fern Gully with more violence. Yeah. John Davies, yeah, Pocahontas. Pocahontas, Fern Gully, along those lines. Yeah. Like I said, I was cheering for the Intergalactic Marines. It's because of Stephen Lynch. I was like, I just want him to destroy everything and everybody. I like him. He should play frickin' Magneto moving forward. If he was, I would say, if he was like 10 years younger, 10, 15 years younger, he could play Wolverine. I think Carl Urban should play Wolverine, personally, moving forward. I don't know how old Carl Urban is, though. They probably want somebody a little bit younger. I don't know how old he is. I mean, if he's anywhere south of 40, I would say go for it. But they're like, oh, he played this guy in Thor Ragnarok. I'm like, Gemma Chan played a nobody Kree in Catpan Mediocre, and now look at she's one of the characters in the Eternals. I don't know the names. The only name I know is the names I know in the Eternals is Icarus and Ajak. Isn't that Salma Hayek? But that's it. And then there's Angelina Jolie, who I absolutely hate. Anyway, Captain Marvel 2 gets updated, sleeker logo for the Marvels. This has been something I've been waiting for anxiously. Was Captain Marvel 2, because it's just Avatar taught us that Joe from Family Guy shouldn't lead in a major motion picture. So basically, the Captain Marvel.
And so I had my internships was my only experience. And so people were getting hired.
I apologize for my wife being rude. She's actually working. I'm just talking to y'all. But this is basically what I'm waiting for in the comment sections of my videos. Just, I'm going to get that. It's going to happen on Twitter. The breeders and the breetards will be making their way back they'll slither out from under their rocks and defend their queen, McQueen, and they're going to be like,
is that like a personal attack or something? Or...
Yeah, no, I actually have, I have in my possession pictures of at least 30 people who called me an incel, an alt-right troll, a neckbeard, a man baby, a Trumpster, because I didn't like Captain Marvel. I'm not. I wish I could make this up. I wish I could. I'm like, what do those things have to do with, like, what is your political position have to do with when it comes to Brie Larson and the fact that this movie's shite, pure shite. It's terrible. It was boring. It was poorly written. It has a lead that literally, if you're not like so high and mighty, you're up your own ass. You're probably not a Brie Larson fan. She's polarizing. Her performance. Oh, she won an Oscar for Room. I'm like, all she had to do is sit back and play a victim. I mean, like, I'm sorry, you're not going to impress me winning an Oscar. It's not. Saying you have an Oscar is akin to a participation trophy. Isn't Captain Marvel Nose's bottom gun? Is the opposite of Top Gun? Oh yeah. Civil War to Photon vs. Captain Marvel. Find out who's the bestest ever. See, I like Teyana Paris. I'm just afraid that they're going to be like, I don't know. I'm just afraid of what they're going to do to the character. It's just, I don't trust Marvel anymore. I really don't. So that's a sleek title right there, isn't it? Notice, and a lot of channels have talked about this, and I think that they did this to insulate it. Like I said, Rotten Tomatoes took away the want to see feature because of this movie. They moved the goalposts. You had the mainstream media basically shilling for this, defending it. If you wanted to see Alita, you were alt-right. You were alt-right if you didn't go see this movie. And that's the thing. I reviewed this movie I like stuck under my desk here. Ow. Another hazard of getting old. Lack of flexibility in the joints, but I need to do more yoga. Anyway, I totally lost my train of thought. No, so I think they're insulating this from criticism preemptively. Yeah, Vassy, Alita was a well-developed character. Rosa Salazar that played her, is that her name? She learned how to fight. She learned the martial arts. She was literally doing some of her own stunts. The character was fallible, obviously. She wasn't a Mary Sue at all, which I heard people, she was the Mary Sue too. No, she wasn't. Like, she got her ass whipped, like, until she figured out her power set, It's just, Captain Marvel really never, faced, and she's basically a human MacGuffin in the movies. That's pretty much what she is. Alita is definitely, and the sad thing is now Disney owns Alita, so they're gonna shelf it. They're never gonna do anything. That's why I basically stopped talking about Alita on the channel. Like, my Alita videos, I did a couple of them. They were doing all right, and then it's like the merger happened, or the buyout, I should say. It wasn't a merger, it was a buyout, a hostile corporate takeover, and I stopped covering it. I did. I'm just like, you know what? This isn't worth it. Because it's never going to happen. I know people said that about the Snyder Cut, but Disney it's a completely different animal from Warner Brothers. It's funny. The more interesting than this article is, look at the sidebar. It says A Quiet Place 2, all 6 possible movies it sets up. I think after this article, we'll click on that, and we'll kind of we'll circle back to that topic. Shame we might not get a sequel. I don't think we will, Draven. I don't think we ever will get a sequel to Alita. I think that shipped and sailed with the buyout, and I think the mouse is pissed because that character is better than Captain Marvel, truly. So I don't think we're going to get a sequel to it. See, Marvel Disney continues to tease the new title for the sequel to Cat Pan Mediocre as the Mehvels gets a sleek new logo update. The update is the latest in a storm of Marvel news as the studio presents all of their plans now that audiences are ready to go back into theaters. Ideally, the sleek new logo for the Mehvels will keep audiences invested until the film premieres. See, that's the thing. You're relying on this to keep your audience invested into this just lettering, just basic bitch lettering that anybody could do, with Photoshop or Paint or whatever. I don't know. But I mean, I make all my thumbnails with Meme Generator. I don't know. But this is, it's Screen Rant. I guess I shouldn't be too surprised. This, ladies and gentlemen, article, of course, from ScreenRant.com, as I always say, the same ScreenRant.com that a mere 3 hours after the tragic passing of Chadwick Boseman, had the audacity to post an article titled, "Who Should Marvel Recast as the New Black Panther?" Yes, that's Screen Rant. So this is what we expect from them. After a tepid response to Captain Marvel from a few fans and critics, Marvel decided to change course. Well, at least see when a shill acknowledges that something was subpar and not the bestest ever, like they tried to make it out to be. Which, while we're doing this, I'm gonna pull something else up here. It wasn't just bigots and trolls that were downvoting, Cat Pan Mediocre. It was just not a great movie. And that's the thing with sycophants. And that's the problem with sycophants is you can't, you can't just live in an echo chamber and then act shocked and back on your heels when you actually face real world criticism. That's not how reality works. It will happen when you lose enough money and need to make it back. They're trash. 3 hours. Way to show them actors are just commodities to them. Yep, that's about it. John, what's up, superfan Adam Shawhan? Here's Cat Pan Mediocre right here on Rotten Tomatoes, which I know Rotten Tomatoes is garbage, but critics' consensus. Packed with action, humor, and visual thrills, Captain Marvel introduces the MCU's latest hero with an origin story that makes effective use of the franchise's signature formula. Signature formula! Formula. Not always the best thing to follow a formula for. And that's the thing is, like, these are all different characters. Don't you want differentiation between, you was watching me on the TV, Adam? I probably look horrible in high def. I don't have my face on yet. But yeah, look at, okay, so 79%. I'm sorry, I'm still on the article here. Hang on a second. Rookie mistake here, folks. Rookie mistake. What's going on here? Just, goddamn it. It's Brie. All right, let me jump over here to Rotten Tomatoes for a second, and we'll come back to the article. Just in case you forgot. 79% critics, 45 audience score. Okay, so the tomato meter, top critics, 70. It drops 9%. 45 for the audience, and like I said, top critics only gave it a 79, or all critics gave it a 79. Top a 70. But these are bought. Most of these are bought and paid for. Do they not show the reviews anymore? Here we go. Okay, so let's just scroll through. These are always fun to read. A subpar plot with bland characters. Even Jude Law and Annette Bening seem to be bored by their characters. At least these two have demonstrated they have charisma. Don't know where to start. The movie dragged and could have been better. Yes, Captain Marvel's okay. The movie had a very good start, but similar to Thor, the movie falls off when Carol Danvers gets to Earth. The story itself isn't that great. Most of the time, it's really boring. What I like, though, is the chemistry between Brie and Samuel Jackson. 2.5 out of 5. My main gripe is the protagonist is uninteresting. Note to writers, audience tend to enjoy identifiable characters who are developed. Yep. Samuel Jackson is great in this movie, but all the rest is nothing more than okay. But you still gave it 3.5 stars. It's perfect. Brie Larson did amazing. You have to watch it. Okay, now, when we see reviews like this is what we do. Click over here. Oh. Julia has only and 11 days ago. 11 days ago. She added that on. So let's just go. Let's go. Okay, so look, all right, look at these. 2020. Okay, so 2021. This is a positive review. All right. 3 out of 5, kind of positive review. This one's 2021. All right, so let's keep scrolling here. So 2, all right, half star. Okay, so we'll all things being equal, we're gonna look at this. Oh, he's reviewed other movies too. I mean, I see a trend here. Birds of Prey, Rise of Skywalker. I mean, he's not wrong. The Birds of Prey and the Birds of Prey movie is shite. Star Wars Rise of Skywalker was shite. Star Wars The Lego Holiday Special. I didn't even watch this one. And, of course, we all know the Tao of Cat Pan mediocre. Let me go back and now to chat here for a second. Preed up my 64-inch TV, boys and girls. Nice. That's what they did until Ant-Man and they became cookie-cutter movies. Yeah, that's about it. Let's go back here and let's see. Let's scroll over another page here. See some more. See if we can find another one. Okay, here's a 5-star. I think it's phenomenal. Okay, this is not how you spell phenomenal, because the hero born from difficulties and not worry about gender. All right, let's look at July. Let's see what else July has reviewed. Oh, just this. Okay. All right, so another 5-star. Let's see Mark as a counterpoint, a 1-star or a half-star rating. So Mark has only reviewed one thing. So Mark may have just logged on to hate Captain Marvel too. So let's see. It's perfect. Brie Larson did amazing. You have to watch it. Did this go back to the first frickin' page? What the hell? Let's see. All right. So hated in every possible way, especially Brie Larson. Okay, you can't spell. Overpowered and overacted, painful at times to say the least. This movie had a lot of fun elements. Yeah, this I think you guys get the point though. I mean, I wasted half an hour, decided not to waste any more time in this third-class movie, nonsense acting and storyline. Why is this movie hated? It's fucking fantastic. Let's see Brian P. What else is Brian P. Want to see? Okay, so these are his wanted to see movies. Okay, so all right. Sometimes the good kill. Never heard of it. Iron Man, pretty awful. One of the most overrated movies of all time. The movie has basically no plot. The acting is terrible, and the writing is the only decent thing about this cringe fest. Iron Man 2, terrible. One of the worst movies of all time. Best of the trilogy, but it's still trash. And thinks Captain Marvel's fan. Okay, so this person we know is probably they're just really dumb. They're obviously just really dumb. God, Birds of Prey was terrible. I'm unabashedly just like, we have John Wick's fight coordinator. I'm like, yeah, but the problem is you have 110-pound Margot Robbie who doesn't look like she could fight her way out of a wet paper bag. The only thing I think she could probably beat is herself in a I can vomit to make myself skinny competition. I don't know. I don't look at Margot Robbie like, hey, you're somebody I can buy beating the shit out of somebody my size. I'm 6'3" and 215 right now. It's like this dumpster fire, which I have been really, 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 really putting it off. I know. I'm sorry, guys. Hey, Draven, you got to get back to work. Have a great. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you for joining us last night. Thank you for listening this morning. I have been saying I'm going to review this movie. All right, I've been talking about reviewing this, and I mean, look at this. You've got so these are fights. We got Malin Ackerman up here, who is really hot, and Bella Thorne, who was the #1 seller on OnlyFans. And these two, we have to buy these. Now, both of them got in good shape for this movie. Like, they look phenomenal. But as actual fun. Also, we have, like, guest appearances by Lizzo. And this looks like Sam Kinison. And the human trash bag, Alec Baldwin. You see, I still haven't watched it, New Comic Book Normie. I'm going to. Let me break down to you. And I bought that movie. When I bought it from Family Video, my friend that worked there, she was like, "You're in luck with this one. It has never been rented. Nobody's ever watched it." I'm like, "There's probably a reason why." She's like, "Why are you buying it then?" I'm like, "I made a video 2 years ago saying that I'll review it, and I still haven't fucking reviewed it." So I'm going to break it down what kind of review this is going to be. Because right now we're teetering on the Eric Bowen. Eric Bowen. We're teetering on the territory of Halloween 2018. Now with Halloween 2018, I did my review. I typed my review out of that, right? And then I sat on it for approximately 3 or 4 months. I didn't release it. I hated that movie. I watched the movie 4 times to write my review. I hated it. It was some of the dumbest writing, dumbest characters I'd ever seen in a Halloween movie. And I say that as somebody who's seen every Halloween movie ever made at least 3 times. At least. And the ones I like, obviously more. Part 4 I've watched 2 or 3 dozen times. I love Halloween 4. It's my favorite Halloween movie in the franchise. Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers. It is my absolute favorite. I love it. I do. Halloween 5 then turned into a dumpster fire. Yes, Part 4, Vassy. And I will die on that hill. I'm not saying it's the best. It's just my favorite. The first one is a classic. Absolutely. Part 4 I saw right after it came out. I was almost 9, and I fell in love with that movie. It pays homage to the first one and honors the franchise. And it had a tough road to travel after the departure from the myth, the subject matter with Halloween 3 Season of the Witch, which I don't hate that movie. Oh my God, I just gave the white supremacist hand sign. Do I have to denounce white supremacy now? Is that what I have to do? Is that what I'm supposed to do? I'm not going to do it. Not going to do it. I'll denounce white supremacy. We at the Place to Be Reviews, we do this. It's the game. It's the asshole game, or it means okay. That's all it means. We've been doing this since we were kids. It's just something we do. No, Part 4 is fun. Part 4 was and this is so much better to talk about than Cat Pan Mediocre. Let's be honest. I would much rather talk about Halloween 4 and its merits as one of the best entries in the entire franchise. I would put Halloween 4 up against either of the Rob Zombie abortions. And those are cinematic abortions. Rob Zombie's Halloween movies are painful. Oh God, they're terrible. What, the White Horse? Like, why, Rob Zombie? Like, why does everything have to revolve around just gutter puke trailer trash in your movies too? Like, why? Why does everything have to be white trash centric, Rob Zombie? Like, seriously, dude, you're like, and I say as somebody who's been to 3 Rob Zombie concerts. I love him. I love his fucking music. I love his stage presentation. If you've never heard Everybody's Fucking in a UFO, I highly suggest you listen to that song because it is kick ass. But his Halloween movies are trash. Vassy says, I hate his Halloween movies. Is that okay to say now? His fans will descend on me. The only person that would in this spectrum of our fan over here in my chat that would say anything to you positive about those movies is Salvador. That I know. I don't get too many people sticking up for the Rob Zombie Halloween movies on my channel. Yeah, Sal likes them. I think I'm pretty sure he did. Sal, if you're listening, chime in. I think he did though. I hated him. Like I said, I liked House of a Thousand Corpses. Devil's Rejects was the end of the movie. It's like they're dead. I didn't need a third one, and I haven't watched 3 from Hell, and I probably won't, because I just don't care. The story ended at the end of the second one. I was good with that. Once you take away the mystery behind the shape and give him an abused childhood, you've lost me. Yeah. In part 4, he was still that unstoppable killing machine. He was the shape still. The Rob Zombie movies, he's this abused kid from like I said, that white trash background, and mom's a stripper and abusive boyfriend, and it's just like I grew up with people like this. They didn't necessarily grow up to become serial killers, but it's like I grew up in an area where there was a lot of people like that. I don't care. It's like, and it would have been something if he did it and then built a compelling story around it, but it was just like it literally, and I know I use a lot of F-bombs, but I'm going to apologize for this one, but it's basically just like Rob Zombie with an excuse to have like gratuitous violence and a lot of the word fuck in every situation. And I think they dropped a lot of See You Next Tuesdays in that one too. I will pull back on that because I don't, it's a disrespectful word. It really is. I say it from time to time, but it's got to be really angry. Like angry like at Batwoman, not Batwoman, just Caroline Dries. Block me on Twitter. Do it. She won't. She's fucking torturing me. She's gonna make me. It's gonna be like to where I hate her so much I fall in love with her. No, it's not. I think the story works when he has a normal childhood. It pushes the nature and nurture to be. Yes, Vassy, with that psychological approach. Thank you, darling. You're absolutely right, though. You are. Yeah, like I said, the backstory in the Rob Zombie movies was just stupid. Although, as a kid who was bullied, I got some level of satisfaction when the bully, he just beat him to death with a fucking stick. I was like, the little prick deserved it. I'm not saying the kid deserved to die, but I mean, the ass whooping, if it was just an ass whooping, I'm like, okay. He kind of had that one coming. They picked on him. And then he kills Danny Trejo, which I'm like, you can't kill Machete, no. Oh, it was bad. The white horse thing, that was El Terrible. Yeah, there was just so much. Malcolm McDowell is Dr. Loomis. Malcolm McDowell's a wonderful actor. He's fucking great. And I'm sorry, but he'll always be. Oh God, what was his name in Dune? With his fucking do it with his leaf bikini. No, I'm sorry, that was Sting. That wasn't Malcolm McDowell. Jesus. See, this is what happens. I get. Rob Zombie's got me twisted right now. No, Malcolm McDowell was Clockwork Orange. Jesus. Yeah, he was in Clockwork Orange. That's a movie I need to buy. I need that on Blu-ray. That I do. I need that on Blu-ray. That is such a good movie. But yeah, I didn't like his interpretation of Dr. Loomis. You can't recreate Donald Pleasance. And then in the 2018 version, it was even worse. They give Dr. Loomis the fucking heel turn, and he stabs what's the guy who played the cop. Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I haven't taken my Claritin today, and the allergies are flaring up a little bit. the guy who played the cop in the 2018 one, Dr. Loomis stabs him in the neck and kills him, and then throws Michael in the back with Lori. I was like, holy, or not Lori, but the granddaughter. I'm like, holy shit, dude. Like, you don't heel turn Loomis. Like, you don't heel turn Loomis. Like, and that was one thing Rob Zombie did that was just, he's about his book and this and that. I'm like, Dr. Loomis wouldn't have written a book. Brad Dourif. The cop? No, that was in the Rob Zombie one. He played the cop, Itch. Brad Dourif played the sheriff. He played Sheriff Garrett. Sheriff Garrett. Sheriff Garrison? No, Garrett was in Friday the 13th. Brackett. Sheriff Brackett. He was Lee Brackett. You're mashing movies together, Vassy. Stop. You're confusing me, darling. It doesn't take much to confuse me. Too much Melrose Place. Okay, we're going to look this up now. It was, let's see, Halloween 2018. And in good news, while we wait, there's Halloween Kills comes out this year. I'm not strong enough. I'm not strong enough to do it. I'm not. I can't do it. Let's see, Halloween. I put in Halloween 2018. I should just put in Halloween. The new Conjuring movie looks good on a brighter note. That looks really good. Halloween. See, the reboot of the franchise it's such a terrible idea. Directed by David Gordon Green. And I remember watching the featurette and that just going like, why, dude? Why? Will Patton was the cop. Will Patton. That's who it was. Because they teased it like a relationship with him. And Jamie Lee Curtis, I think it was at one point. Because he was kind of friends with her, and they were kind of like kindred spirits, and then they just kill him off. The little let me look up his name. I think it's Julius was the little black kid. Julian, Jabril Nantambu. He was the smartest character in the whole movie. He was the smartest character in the whole movie because the girl got killed, and his ass ran. He ran. The babysitter and her dumbass boyfriend out there. Like, dummy goes out to the garage. He's sitting there revving up his motor. Like, first of all, why are you leaving the keys in your motorcycle in your garage? Like, I don't. Even when I did have a garage I could park inside of, I never left my keys in my vehicle and I still locked it. Does that seem paranoid? I don't know. I just, I can't leave my car unlocked because I always leave my wallet in my car because I'm lazy. And I'll lose my wallet if I take my wallet out of my car. Yeah. You had Jamie Lee Curtis. Judy Greer was her daughter. Andy Matichek was Allison. That's the granddaughter. James Jude Courtney played. Him and Nick Castle. You had two people playing the Shape. Dr. Sartan was the surrogate for Dr. Loomis in this one. That's Haluk Bilginer. Yeah, he was terrible in that. God, he was horrible. Like his character was just it was painful. It was such a just garbage tier take on the movie. And they were like, I remember they said, "Oh, Danny Masterson's one of the writers." I'm like, "What do I care if Danny Masterson's writing it for?" Like, he's known for comedy. Like, I'm all right with him doing comedy, but I'm like, he's a horror fan. I'm like, I've heard a lot of people. Yeah, Rob Zombie's a horror fan too, and how'd that work out for you? Not too well. Two people playing the Shape. That explains how he gets around so quickly. Yeah, it does. It's like the Shape has they got little walkie talkies. I can just see the Shape hiding behind a tree. They got little Jason Voorhees walkie-talkies. They're talking little hockey masks. The crossover we didn't know we needed. No, Pete, that is how we do it. It is. I think if it's only one guy playing the Shape in Halloween Kills, that means the other guy burned to death in the basement. Yeah. That's like there's no way he escaped that. There's no way. Like I said, if he's okay, supernatural being, I can understand. Well, I mean, look at the end of Halloween 5. Do you guys remember the end of Halloween 5? We had the dude walking around in the boots the whole time with the almost like the little spurs clanging, and he goes and guns down the entire police station in the end of Halloween 5, and you have this silhouette of him shooting that like Tommy gun in the police station, gunning down every officer. Haddonfield loses more. Why would you be a cop in Haddonfield at this point? Why would you even? Why would you ever like join the Haddonfield police department at any stage of the imagination, or at any point in time? Here it is right here. Hang on, I'm gonna screen share this. I'm only gonna show. We'll go through this a couple seconds at a time. We'll EFAP this for the end of the show. All right. John Davies. Let me see here. What he says was Halloween 5 the one where the head got decapitated and it was a cop wearing the mask. No. Which one was that? No, that was you had Friday the 13th part 5 where the ambulance driver was like acting as Jason Voorhees because Jason was dead and buried at that time and then didn't get resurrected until Halloween. Friday the 13th part 6, Jason Lives, which is right. That's Jason Takes Manhattan. Jason Lives, the best Friday the 13th movie ever, which I have the 8-part thing too, the 8 DVD set. I was buying them individually, and then somebody bought me this for Christmas. Yeah, there have been too many sequels. No, you're right, Vassy. There have been. All right, let me get the screen share here. I'm gonna mute the audio though. Let's see. Here we go. Right here. Okay. So we're done talking about Captain Marvel. I have no desire to talk about that. Let me make this bigger and me smaller. Right here. There we go. Okay. Now let's do this. Maximize the screen. Bam. There we go. Okay. So this is all right. So we start out. We're in the car. Okay. So they hear the gunshots, and all right. So this cop in the car with Jamie. All right. He's in the car with Jamie, and it's like, why would you go run? Okay. Why would you go running back in? It's like your job is to protect her. Like that is your job. We saw the guy that played Roger Podacter in Ace Ventura get killed earlier in, was it this movie or part 4? I think it was this one. He got pitched out the window and choked by that rope ladder because he tried to sit there and square off with Michael instead of just escaping with her like a dumbass. He tries to square up. It's like you're fighting a supernatural killing machine. Like, what are you doing? John Davies says, I'm sure there was a Halloween movie where Michael is trapped by a car, gets decapitated, and it turns out he put a mask on someone else. Wasn't that the beginning of H2O or the end of one of those around that time? I can't remember. I watch 1, 2, and 4 more than I watch like the rest of them. So 6 and moving forward, they get kind of hazy after a while because you've got like Resurrection, Curse of Michael Myers, Revenge of Michael Myers, Michael Myers Goes to Camp. I don't know. There's a lot. Okay, so I think this is the part where we get the guy, the dude with the Tommy gun. Okay, so right here. See, he comes out. And I was always like wondering, I'm like, who the hell, who is this guy? Because they show him walking around basically the entire movie. He's kicking puppies, he's clanging spurs. He's got his case. He's like basically like the supernatural drifter Antonio Banderas played in that. Let's see here. All right, so he comes in. He's gunning them all down. Officer Dum Dum says, I'm gonna go back inside and I'm gonna get dead because the plot needs me to, because I'm a complete asshat, and that's how these that's how the cops do in these movies. God, I just, ugh. All right, so let's see here. We won't go through the whole 2-minute thing. I'll kind of skip, but okay. So Officer Doofy goes back inside. Jamie's like, I'm gonna roll. Yeah, and then she immediately gets out of the car, of course, because why wouldn't she get out of the car? Let's see. Let's just forward here a little bit. Okay, so she goes in. All right, so this was kind of like the cool part right here. All right, so we'll go a couple seconds at a time. All right, so they had, all these bodies staged everywhere here, which is kind of neat. You can kind of see like the after, like the splatter scenes. Like this is kind of cool. Like, it is. It's kind of neat. Got to skip ahead a little bit here. So we'll see some more down here. Like these guys obviously had no idea what they were fighting against. It's like, how many cops do they have in this, police station? Were they all there at the same time? Like, do they not have like different shifts? I don't know. Let's see. So yeah, here we go. We turn down the hall, down to the cell where, yeah. It's like, how many of them were down here, Like, and then we see the scene here at the end, she's going down. Oh, I want to know how the metal is on fire. That's what I want to know. How is the metal bars on fire? And then, obviously she sees the Michael cell. Here, we'll play the audio for this part. Is empty. And that leads into part 6, but I don't know. I always thought that scene was cool. It was like as a kid, I was like, this is a cool sequence for this movie, But I didn't realize how much of a hot mess the movie was until I got older and really like got into the making of it. And a lot of those, like I think it was part 6 is Loomis's Donald Pleasant's last movie. They cut most of his appearance out. There's like 6 cuts of the one. I think it's part 6. There's like 6 different cuts of the movie. It's ridiculous. And I have the metal's on fire because reasons. That's about it, John. They do. It's just like metal. Yeah. If I may, it's like saying that jet fuel will melt steel beams. What am I referring to? Something will probably get me a 17th letter of the alphabet sticker on my video, but we're not gonna talk about that. We're not gonna talk about it. And would cause a totally unconnected building to just collapse. Am I getting too conspiracy theory? Where's my the frogs are gay. The frogs are gay. There's some Alex Jones. Here we go right here. We're going to wrap up with this one. Back over in Bounding into Comics, J.B. Augustine. This came out this morning. Rumor. Warner Brothers thinks the Batman is terrible and may delay it again until 2023. Chat, let me know. What are your... yes, Keely Chow. Absolutely right. What are your thoughts about the sparkly Batman? Are you guys... and gals anticipating the Batman, the Matt Reeves movies? And it sounds like, honestly, it doesn't sound like this is going to get a trilogy. If they're having all these problems with the first one, and I want to know in the director's cut, are we going to get the scene where Pattinson's plowing Zoe Kravitz on the hood of the car while Matt Reeves watches and cries softly into his latte and probably faps in his trailer later on? I mean, are we going to get that director's cut? Is that going to... I'm terrible. Lord, I apologize. I'm looking forward to it. It looks like an homage to Seven. I just actually, where's it at? I just bought Seven at a garage sale. I found... there was like 4 or 5 movies that I found. Like I bought, here it is right here. I bought Seven. I bought The Big Hit. Wild Wild West, and something else. I can't remember. But yeah, I bought like 3. They were like $1 each. I'm like, why the hell wouldn't I? Brotherhood of Justice. Here it is right here. Okay, so here it is right here. Hang on, let me turn the camera on. This happens every time I start an article. I get distracted. Ooh, squirrel. Right here. Brotherhood of Justice. Kiefer Sutherland and Keanu Reeves. And this is from 1993. Would it really get better than that? Would it? No, it doesn't. But this is the other I bought. Like the big hit. Tell me this doesn't look fun. Okay, you've got Mark Wahlberg, Lou Diamond Phillips, Christina Applegate, Bokeem Woodbine, and Antonio Sabato Jr. Yeah, that's a good cast. And for those of you who don't remember, Antonio Sabato Jr. actually did a guest. He was a villain on Melrose Place for a while. I think Amanda killed him. She threw him over the stairs or something. And then his brother came in, who was John something. He was in General Hospital. I'm talking about soap operas. Here it is. There's 7. Yep. That's a good movie. That is a good movie. And like I said, Wild Wild West is around here somewhere. I don't know. It's here somewhere. But let's get back to this article as I'm kind of on overtime now, and it's all right because we're having a good time. John Davies, what did you say here? Found it. Lori decapitates Michael in H2O and in Resurrection is in a mental hospital for killing someone she thought was Michael. Okay. All right. If Warner thinks Batman is terrible and needs reshoots, they should not touch it and release it as is. Going off past experience, Warner's not good taste. Yeah, Warner runs into a lot of problems with that kind of stuff. It's like, well, we don't think it's ready. We'll tweak it, and then it's still garbage. You needn't look farther than Justice League for that. Jeff Epstein didn't kill himself. Thanks, Keely Chow. Rumor, Warner Brothers thinks the Batman is stable. Okay. The Batman could yet again be in serious trouble, as according to a new rumor, the film has been the subject of frustration and negativity all the way to the top of Warner Brothers studio. Well, I mean, you cast Robert Pattinson as Batman. And I know he's got some praise for The Lighthouse and a few other roles. But I don't know. Is he, the one trailer, like I said, you're seeing the stunt man, most of it, the action stuff. So the source close to YouTuber, scooper, Dictor Van Doom. Oh boy. Okay. All right. So right here, this totally and if you subscribe to Doomcock, that's fine. I'm not judging. But I mean, if I go on Reddit, she's not looking. I'm just giving my wife the eye right now because she's over there banging pans together. If I go on Reddit and then sit there and search through enough subreddits, I can find enough nonsense to start saying it's my sources and it's my sources. I don't buy it. I don't buy it at all. I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, the Warner Brothers, yeah, they do have a history of interference, and they said the beleaguered production could face another delay. Let's see. Let's scroll down here at the top of the discussion about this rumor. It's okay. All right, here we go right here. Even Doomcock himself is stressed. He is skeptical about the information he's presented and urges with the usual grain of salt. Like, what? Do you see my problem here? Do you see my problem? It's like, I can believe that there's production problems, but it's like, then it's like, it's Doomcock, and I don't know. I don't know, folks. You tell me. You know, everyone has a source at WB and Disney, right? That's it, Vassy. That's it, pretty much. I don't know. I don't really even need to go any further in this article. I think. I mean, at this point, let's see. Regardless, word from his source or subreddit is that the villains vexing the Dark Knight this time are studio executives who've seen the movie and aren't happy. Following the wrapping of the filming in March, Matt Reeves reportedly screened a rough cut of the film for studio executives, after which they freaked. As noted by Doomcock, the reaction was similar to those of Star Wars and Star Trek fans who saw The Last Jedi and Into Darkness. I had to close this. I hate these ads, I swear. A heated shouting match allegedly ensued between the execs, shocked by the shit they watched, and Reeves, who struck back at the very same executives who didn't listen to his previous complaints about Robert Pattinson. Surprisingly, despite the stories about the former Twilight star's failure to work out and bulk up, his dalliance with co-star Zoe Kravitz, his attitude on the set, and how awful he looked in the suit next to the stunt players, the studio's problem is apparently the film's Bruce Wayne stuff. Okay, so right here, this lets me know that these people that are in charge of this movie know absolutely a dick about what... Yeah, that's it.
Sorry.
That's about it. I just... It's cumbersome. Doomcock hears the action scenes are fine per se, but the producers are mulling the possibility of reshooting the scenes of Pattinson as the billionaire playboy for whatever reason. Apparently, they are the least expensive parts of film again, and Warner has the budget very much on their minds. The Batman, so goes the intel, is ballooned to a cost of $400 million. Oh my God. $400 million. And WB wants more to show than to cut their losses, drop by theaters as HBO Max. Doomcock adds, while bad movies get released all the time, the Batman must be a special kind of terrible given how much it's drawn into nuclear reaction of fire. Reshoots would add costs of the film and push it back to 2023, an even more extensive delay than caused by the COOF and other complications. When asked by his compatriot Harvey Cthulhu why the potential delay would be so long, Doomcock cited another salacious and perhaps specious rumor as the reason, noting that it would be done to accommodate Zoe Kravitz's suspected pregnancy. Holy shit. So... I mean, are they saying that Pattinson knocked her up when he plowed her on the hood of the Batmobile during fucking shooting? Holy shit. Wow. Are you going to go my way? That's a dad joke. I'm sorry. It's horrible. I've seen the photos of them together laughing and smiling. Let's see, didn't it come out that Matt Reeves and Pattinson got on fine? The drama between them was found out to be bullshit. That's kind of what I thought too. Like I said, this whole thing is, I don't buy it. I don't buy it. I think this rumor's bullshit. I think it's clickbait. And normally I don't have a problem with bounding into comics. I don't have a problem with them writing an article about that. I think that this is reaching for clicks by Doomcock. I do. And say what you want. He's got 200 and whatever 100,000 subs. Okay, cool. I'm happy. I'm not, do you? Yeah, this article, this is not very, very plausible to me. Is John and Vassy were discussing. They said it's the Batmobile shagging was bullshit too. They debunked it all. Yeah, I don't. Like I said, I think they miscast the role. I do. I think it doesn't matter how many subs you have though. No, I know it doesn't. Trust me. I see channels with a lot more subs than mine that don't produce near the volume or quality of content that I do. And I'm not tooting my own horn saying I'm the best there is at it. I'm not. But I know what I bring to the table, and I know what I offer in terms of entertainment value and consistency. So sub, guys. If you're not sub, and share the videos. And like I said, go out and do that for all your favorite YouTubers. You know, if you could do that for your top, 2-3 YouTubers that you follow, we appreciate it. We really do. The retweets, the likes, the comments, we really do appreciate that stuff. But yeah, this article is garbage tier. And like I said, I hate to say that about bounding, but it is. It's not a very good article. The ones I kind of weed through some of them. I saw that pop up. I'm like, all right, let's check it out. Let's check it out. And see what's up. I don't, like I said, I don't think Pattinson should have been cast as Bruce Wayne or Batman. Morning, Horny Alf is here. He says, morning, everyone. Morning, Horny Alf. Thank you for joining us. It's just the people's champion now, Keely Chow. If people want to be Fandom Menace, I'm kind of reconsidering my standing within the community due to a lot of the hypocrisy I've seen, and I'm still cool with the people that are in there. I am, the creators that I collab with. Like I said, I'm reevaluating my stance on it because I have no issues, with anybody in particular. It's just I see certain things, and it's like they need to be said, because if you're going to represent a movement, you need to represent the movement, not what you want the movement to be. That's the problem, is people come in with their own agenda and try to move the goalpost and shift the focus of things. And, the banner's been used, and I've said this, by real racists, real misogynists, people who sully the name of people like myself, who, we're fighting to, keep woke agenda and politics out of our entertainment, but we're not here to gatekeep. We're not here to keep out women. We're not here to keep out, people who look different than us. That's not the goal. That's not the end game. Inclusivity is a beautiful thing. Diversity is a beautiful thing when it's natural and organic. It's when it's forced and done by committee in a checkbox that it becomes a problem and detrimental to the art that it is a sector of. So that's where I'm at. Like I said, it's all good though, man. I want to be positive. My rant videos. Hey, you're always gonna get rant videos out of me because that's what you guys tune in for. But no, a little more mellow in the morning. Sometimes I get a little heated, but no, I don't. Thank you, John. Thank you. I like I said, I do. I love the Fandom Menace. I love the ideology and the founders of it. But I don't. I don't agree with some of the people that glom onto the movement, and I've seen it, and then they get mad when people within the movement call them out for it, and they just go right to ad hominem right there, and I'm like, you don't have a leg to stand on in this community, you don't, because you don't represent what we represent. You come in as an outlier, like a bull in a china shop, and expect everybody to just, kowtow to you and your messed up ideological views and actual racism, actual bigotry, actual blind hatred for the sake of blind hatred. And no, I wasn't raised like that. And anybody with a functioning brain and decent parents or a parent or parental figures, don't raise people like that. That's where a lot of the problems come from, is we get painted in a negative light by because of misrepresentation, due to people that have a sinister and underhanded ideology and mission, so more so than we do. It's like we want to come in and create and entertain, and that's it, and just have fun with things and not be preached to. I have friends and subscribers, like I've said this, on both sides of the aisle. That's why I don't get political. That's why I don't. The only time we get political on this channel is when it bleeds into our entertainment. And Vassy, I'm going to highlight this, girl. I am. So some of the comment sections I've seen over the last few weeks have been disgusting, unsub from many channels. That's it. That is absolutely it. I do. I look at and the thing is, like, I get attacked. Like I said the Eternals. It looks bad. And oh, you're just a racist. I was like, what are you talking about? The characters, like, we never interfered, but we've helped mankind develop through the years. But we've never interfered. We let mankind almost get wiped out, but we never. It's like, what these characters, like, what? You should have introduced them at the beginning, or at least alluded to them or something. You just want to throw them in now. I mean, I know the characters have been around for a long time, but at this point in the game, it just seems like a retcon. It does. That's the way it seems, and that's optics of the situation. Brutal Morningwood, one of my faves lately. Love everyone, but never sell your sword. That absolutely. You always keep it at the ready. You have to. I don't know. I don't know what the future has in store for me as far as Fandom Menace goes. But I know nothing here at the channel will change. We're still going to be doing the same thing. You're going to get Monday, Wednesday, Thursday mornings. You're going to get videos almost every day. You're going to get reviews, all the fun stuff, all the collaborations. I'll still be, I'm Rogue Entertainment. We got it. Now, there's a great group right there. The Rogue Entertainment group, the Rogues. That is a talented, wonderful group of creators and just good people. We have a very great core nucleus over there. And I'm happy. And the Fandom Collective, you talk about a group of awesome, wonderful people who do nothing but promote others' content. That's why you see so many retweets from me is all the Fandom Collective, because I've been a team member of the Fandom Collective for May will be a year that I've been in the Fandom Collective. And Flipped Out, Jeff the Rookie Critic, Daniela, Fanzine, Fallon, they're just Penny. They're wonderful people who work hard to promote YouTube channels, YouTube creators, content creators, and it's selfless and it's awesome. It is. It truly is. I don't get to stream as much with Flip and Rook anymore, and I miss them. I do, because they're just fun, great people to have conversations with. The community needs more of that, and that's the thing with the Fandom Menace at its core is we do have a great nucleus of people, but the problem is that every movement after so many years changes direction, changes its focus. The things, the goals change. The mission statement changes, and it's kind of an in-between time. Like, we rallied around the fact that, Star Wars was being bastardized, for lack of a better term, by Lucasfilm and Disney, which it still is. And like I said, I'm done. And that's where most of my animus towards the Fandom Menace comes from, is channels that are like, I'm done. I'm not watching Star Wars. I'm done giving them. But I'm going to review the Bad Batch for my channel. It's like, are you really done with it then? Are you? Are you done? Are you done with my channel? I don't know. I don't know. It's just like I said, man. If you want to review it, if you want to review that stuff, fine, do it. Absolutely. I'm not gatekeeping. I'm not telling people not to review things. I'm not. That's not how I roll. But if you say you're done, and I was never a boycotter. I wasn't a boycotter. I wasn't like boycott episode 9, because I went to see episode 9 with my mom, because my mom in 1983 took me to see Return of the Jedi, and my mom is dying. So I took her to see The Rise of Skywalker, because we'll never get to see another Star Wars movie in the theater together. And that brings a tear to my eye even saying that. But so we went to see it in the theater, and I hated it. I hate the fucking movie. It's horrible. It is absolutely a terrible movie. But it was just being able to sit there and suffer through it with my mom, who even thought it was bad. it was just kind of the activity of doing it, going to that with her. But yeah, I wasn't boycotting. I was like, it's shit, but I'm not boycotting it, because I was like, I'm going to talk about it on my channel because people want to hear me shit on this. So I'm like, I'll do it, But yeah, as far as now, after the Gina Carano thing, there was more to it than that, though. It's like the Gina Carano thing happened, and the High Republic and all this nonsense, and Geode and Vessel and Leox Gassy or whatever his name is. I don't even care if I'm pronouncing it wrong. It's garbage. All that, Pablo Hidalgo attacking Star Wars theory, for his reaction to Luke Skywalker, when I sat right here on my couch on the other side of his living room and literally went full Kevin Smith because I've been waiting since 1983 to see Jedi Master Luke Skywalker like that. Post Return of the Jedi, Luke Skywalker. We've been waiting for that. And when we got him in Force Awakens, he stood there and didn't say anything. And in Last Jedi, well, we all know how that played out. So it's been a tough road as a Star Wars fan, and my heart really bleeds for people like Christian Harloff, that worked for Collider, that has busted his ass as a Star Wars fan for the last 4 years and was deprived of getting Galaxy's Edge, park passes. My heart bleeds for you, dude. Now go fuck yourself. I've been a fan of this since, I could walk and talk. My son, you look on the other side of the room, I'll do this right now. I'll give you guys this is a little, here, let me turn my camera. This is, part of my living room right here. Look over there. There's some sequel trilogy shit, but there's Star Wars toys. There's a TIE Fighter. There's a Biker Scout. There is, Slave One. There's an entire, those are all action figures. Those are all this is part of my house. It's kind of messy. I'm sorry. But yeah, there's an entire bin of Star Wars toys over there. This is, God damn it, Sal. Yeah, get. I'm not transgender. I'm transformer. More than meets the eye. Oh, but no, Star Wars is something that has always, meant a lot to our family, and I've imparted that to my son, and the prequels, the originals, and he knows this is another one of his movies that he'll get off the shelf and he'll just go watch this by himself, because this is more Star Wars than anything Disney has done. And I say that unequivocally. It is. I hate the way that the Fandom Menace has kind of turned out. It's kind of like, is this really what you want to do? You think this is a good look? Okay, all right, whatever. But no, I do. I think that the hypocrisy for a movement to be taken seriously, you need to step back, and the hypocrisy needs to end. It does. It does. Or else, like I said, this is why I loved Tony's video so much. The why Lucasfilm keeps defeating the Fandom Menace, because it's all true. It's all true. They say monetize your haters. Well, Lucasfilm has definitely monetized a lot of the Fandom Menace, because they're still paying money for their shite. So, until that stops, you're not going to see change. And like I said, I've made this analogy 100 times, and I'll make it again. You can't say for the last 3 years that Kathleen Kennedy is going to get fired every day, and then when she finally leaves of her own accord, eventually, you're not right. You don't get to do a victory lap and dunk all over it. Sal says, Vassy, you could make Chrome blush. We're gonna, like I said, Vassy, we're gonna record just a couple vocals, and I'm gonna use them for lead-ins to the show with you. We're gonna do that. We're gonna, instead of my son at the beginning, it's gonna be you reading a lead-in. But yeah, I like I said, right now I do have issues, and I definitely take. KK has been fired 84 times, and that's it. It's like, it's like the people that were every day sent ASMR. Yep. Superfan Adam Shawhan. I think everybody loves Vassy. I do. I do. she's like I said. Her channel is going to go like this. It's going to go soon, very soon. Sal says, it's goddamn true. The Phantom Menace is only relevant while the dog is still chasing the car. Once the car stops, Phantom Menace runs out of content. Exactly. They don't know what to do with themselves. So that's when they start turning on each other. And I'm not turning. Don't get this like I'm turning on the Phantom Menace. I'm not. But somebody needs to speak out and say, hey, look, this might not want to be the direction that you point the ship in. You know what I mean? Yeah, we don't want to go down this road. That's why I'm the people's champion, man. I have no problem being the voice of the people. Somebody needs to be the voice of reason and logic. And if that's got to be me, how long am I going? I'm about done because I got to get ready for work. I'm supposed to be to work in about 10 minutes. But yeah, I do. I gotta wrap it up here, folks. I pretty much ate up all my extra time to do. I could still maybe squeak in a short video before I have to go pick Miho up from school, but I have to go to work. So I'm going to thank everyone in this wonderful chat. We streamed for 2 hours this morning, which is a half hour longer than Sal. Do you want to pop on for a minute? I'll be extra late if you hang on. Don't leave yet, folks. Don't you dare leave yet. We're gonna bring on my metal compatriot, my chrome compatriot. Let me get this link out here. Let's see, where is Salvador? Let's see, where's Sal? There he is. Here you go, Sal. There's a link, sir, in your inbox right now. Oh, I thought you had the computer. I thought you had the computer fired up already. Oh, okay. Well, in that case, yeah, I do have to go then. So Sal, Miss Vassy, Superfan Adam Shawhan, Keely Chow, Johnny Cage, JP7. He says Star Wars. What's that again? I'm too busy thinking about Sunsworn. That's what we need is more Sunsworn. Hi, doggy. And here's the puppy. She's probably ready for me to take her outside before I go. Yep, she's chilling right here. Nat. Come here. There she is. There's Natalia. Both the animals have made appearances this morning now. So there we are. Yeah, we do. We need more Sunsworn. Hit me up later. If let's see, I might be recording later with Nano Reaper Sal, but that's only going to be for an hour. So you and I could definitely record something or do it, or just even stream for a little bit. Brutal Morningwood, Superfan Adam Shawhan, John Davies, Horny Alf. Who else was here this morning? Brightest Day was here. I'm scrolling. New Comic Book Normie, Angelus Draven, one of my panelists from last night. Thank you. Well, just a good friend is Draven. But thank you guys all. If I missed you, it's not a slight. It is I can't scroll back that far. I scrolled all the way back to the beginning of the chat. Sal, Return of the Meech. Yep, he was here earlier, man. Superfan Adam Shawhan says all 18 wiener dogs say have a great day. I'm still working on my wife to adopt one of those. Thank you for the stream. Take care, y'all. Vassy, thank you, darling, for being a mod. Sal, brother, I love you, man. Thank you, Adam. Thank you, bro, for being here. Keely Chow, you get it. The Phantom Menace Ultron. There are no strings on me. There you go. Until I see you guys again, which, like I said, when I get out of work in a few, I'll try to give you guys at least a daily short video for the day. And then, like I said, I'll be recording later on this evening. Keep your fingers crossed. I'm going to look at 2 houses. Yeah, we're moving the Wakuin clan is moving. Same area, same general area, but looking to get something a little bit bigger, and probably still going to add on. So need room for that indoor and ground pool, baby. We need room for that. I'm trying to throw my sexy parties. So until next time, folks, if I don't see you, have a great day, a pleasant tomorrow, and remember, it's better to burn out than fade away.